ladies and gentlemen.
Où c'est chaud.
Василий, он
Ой, да все, я больше не могу переключить из этих душных людей на меня. Посмотрите, кто пришел к нам, это целая... Даша Перова.
Привет всем.
Hello, my honey.
And this is something we got from one of our beloved super testers.
Perfectly balanced.
Comfortable slippers.
Happy birthday, dear Lord of Potatoes.
Наши кланы очень сильные, ты что?
Да?
Да я... Егор, не задавай мне вопрос.
Even ship Jesus may make mistakes.
Я не доехал.
Один мне говорит, едь, другой, не едь. Ты вообще слился.
Oh, jemand ist auf mir gespawnt. Hallo?
Отпустите домой, пожалуйста.
Why you have to be mad? It's only game.
Let's battle!
Sorry guys, eat Cheetos.
Oh my god!
Go.
Still have to pick Flamu's favorite meme.
I send my regards.
Подпишитесь на наш канал, всех обнял. Всем пока, ребят, вы самые лучшие.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another World of Warships live stream from sunny Prague. We're chilling out at the beach. No, we're not. But anyway, it is still fantastic to see you back here again for our weekly English community stream. Today, we have something very special planned for you. It's business as usual, which we are very much looking forward to. Nothing special, no shenanigans, no complicated setup. We're just here. We're going to go play some World of Warships, maybe go play some PTS with you, and yes, sink ships. But looking forward to this.
That's the plan. Straightforward. I hope you guys had a good week so far, and that your week only keeps going up in terms of the fun that you're having. The weekend is close.
Yes.
We're already preparing, as you can see. We're in beach time mode. But we also brought with us the one and only our Tuccy. Hello, Tuccy.
Tuccy!
Hello! I assume that I'm on the camera because the streams are slightly delayed. Hello world, and those guys, they just went to the beach and they're just grilling in the sun. But now, the weather in Prague is beautiful today, and I spent as much as my office time on the balcony as I possibly could, because it was warm and nice.
Jacobson immediately noticed, where is your beard?
Yes, there's several people.
I was just as surprised as you guys were. We thought there's an imposter on the meetings that we had, but no, it's Tuccy.
Yeah, it's me. It's slightly more
Somebody's
comfortable.
asking what's wrong with the sound. Can you listen in, Conway?
What's wrong with the sound?
I mean, tell us. We actually tested this right before
we
we went
the
live.
sound
So
should be
Nothing
good.
should be wrong with the sound.
No, it's not a fake Tuccy. It's just I'm just a good twin who managed to escape from the basement. So
Yes, I also look a little less like the fifth Beatle because I went to a very shady haircut in a backyard under a gazebo, because that's allowed, but you're not allowed to go in the hairdresser.
I still think it's debatable, but I guess
What is debatable?
that this is supposed to be allowed.
Well, but
I'm still suffering so just for your context, right? The current plan is that the barbershops are allowed to open back on the 25th of May. And that's the first day. And you know what's going to happen. That everybody who is in a situation I mean, for me it's not that bad, but other people are probably going to be more triggered by this, and they're going to be just going crazy and try to get the first possible appointment. So it's probably going to be June before I get a haircut.
Look, I'm just saying, I can give you the number of my hairdresser.
I'm a bit too German for that.
Fair enough.
The rules are the rules.
Funnily enough, I already got one request from someone from the team to pass it on. People were getting desperate. Yes,
This
but no,
is
it
not
is.
Tuccy.
It's. We are not, in fact, at the beach, unfortunately. Even though my plane for the beach would have left in 3 days, it's of course not going anywhere. So we're going to be here playing World of Warships, which is also good.
Yeah. So plan for today is we're going to play a bit on the live server. And then we're going to transition over to the PT, because the PT has the second iteration of the Submarines.
Mm-hmm.
And just something that we wanted to say, first of all, thank you for participating in that test, because a lot of you tested it.
what are you doing there?
It's too much. Sorry.
Too much, yes. You can go full up again. And we wanted to also thank you very, very much for the very detailed feedback a lot of you provided to us on the different channels that you gave us.
We have interesting question in the chat. ADK 1981. Tuccy, how much do I need to donate for you to shave Convey's head?
Look.
That's a good question. Tuccy, you say a number. It's probably like €1.
You could say a number, right? This donation is gonna go to the Conway Charitable Fund. I'll give you my PayPal. If you really want to pay me to shave my head, I'll take it.
And hi to Vlados, who says hi from Russia. Hello from the beach in Prague. We also have Tuccy, as you might have seen. He's from the man cave.
Yep.
But before you interrupt, I just want to say thank you very much for all of the detailed feedback you provided on Submarines. We are going to be giving you some feedback on your feedback and what we want to do with it in the next days. I don't think it's going to happen this week, but hopefully next week. So we're running the second test. The second test already has some adjustments, for example, with the damage dealt by the homing torpedoes and so on. So we're already applying some changes based on your feedback, and we plan to do much more. So just wanted to get that out there right in the beginning. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated that you take the time, test it, and you help us making it better.
Yes, Dr. Choff says, or Drchov says, greetings from Croatia, greetings back. And Zuzix is asking, when is Orkan coming? So guys, we said Orkan is coming at the end of the month. Now, it's the 23rd of April, which means it's probably going to happen within the next 7 days. This is as much information as I can give you. Please remain calm.
Exactly. Rookie's asking, when is the next sale coming? Depending on what you want to buy, there's always something up for sale in terms of like a special activity sale. I cannot disclose this. This is a well-kept secret. Tomorrow, Balrox, he's actually clever. He says, tomorrow premium ship update is always on Fridays. So that's in general, that's true. It's usually on Fridays, unless there's like a special date where we want to sell something. But yes, your best chance is on Friday morning. Check your premium shop and see if there's anything new. Usually the premium shop is even updated before the dedicated article for the items goes live. So yeah, good place to check.
I just realized something, Chris. Isn't the camera usually lower down?
Might be, yes.
A bit. Why? Is it triggering you?
It's triggering me, but I also, because now when we want to look at chat, we have to look longingly up into their eyes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. More interaction.
But I actually prefer it when chat is a little bit lower, so that this is weird.
Turmfeike being very German about it. It's the last week in April. Now it's the end from April. Well, it's technically speaking, you can have different definitions, but like, don't worry. It's the 23rd, right? The end of April is not very far away, so you will get it.
And we're also super shiny. And if we put the heads up, we get more shiny.
It's because
Mustang Pauli is claiming that you are looking into his soul.
Sorry, Tuccy. Sorry, we just have to spend a little bit of time along with chat. Give us a second. So, are we less shiny here? No, can't be.
Are you concerned by the shininess?
Look, the thing is, right? We spent time just before the start of the stream de-shining ourselves, right? By turning the lights down. Now we are shiny again.
I blame you. Clearly.
I don't know who to blame right now anymore. I don't know.
Is it true that Odin will be available for coal? Jacobson, nice try. The answer is maybe.
Maybe, yes.
Maybe not. Maybe it will be something entirely different. Maybe there will be spaceships delivering Odins to players. Who knows?
But no, definitely we have to move this camera down again. It's making me nervous.
But not today.
Not today. We'll do it next week.
Will there be any giveaways? Gamer, no. If you're here only for a giveaway, you can leave again, because we're not going to do any giveaways. I hope you will stay for the content and the fun we're going to have together. But today is just a regular Thursday stream. Obviously, you can still get regular Twitch drops. That means Twitch containers, Twitch missions. Actually, if you don't want to miss out, we put up the publication for Twitch drops once more, up to date with a opt-in mission. If you want to get like an easy mission, it's really easy and doable. I can show you if you want to see it in game, and get some additional Twitch containers and Twitch camouflages, just as a little extra goodie. But outside of that, it's the usual Twitch drop stuff.
Bloody Rules says, will there be an event for Günther Lütjens? So Bloody Rules, Günther Lütjens is already out there. So it's unlikely that we're going to do a new event for something that a lot of the people who want to get Günther Lütjens already have. But as is tradition around here, you can, and I like this is just yeah, right. This is complete supposition on my part because I haven't actually looked at the plan. But I'm guessing that when we release German aircraft carriers, you can expect a kind of German event around this, and maybe another commander, but I don't know yet. But this would be the next time we can probably expect something German.
Yes, and while we're at the topic of commanders, because the last few weeks we got a lot of questions about the Italian collection and the commander. So Sansonetti will be coming back with update 0.9.4, and the containers for that campaign, the Rapid and Resolute, I think it was, containers, they will be in the armory available for coal. So for all of you who are still missing out on that stuff, as we promised, it will be there and will be coming with update 0.9.4. So good news for everybody, I hope, right? Owen Gamer says, hey, no, I'm not here for the giveaway. I actually love all of your stuff. Very happy to hear this, Gamer. And then I think we're just going to jump into battle. And while Tucky is taking...
Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
we have room. Today, Mr. Conway will be taking your requests for playing in a division. And yes, apparently he is. And he already has his favorite mode pre-selected. So we're going to
the co-op.
challenge this, yes.
Can I join? Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
But
Timotheos.
Can I join?
I'm sorry. I am going to move this now because otherwise it's. Sorry, guys. I have to close your ears.
Can you please nerf the California? That ship is way too overpowered with 34.2 seconds reload, maybe 1 minute 30 reloads. Cobra, look, we do monitor feedback, right? But the balancing for the ship is obviously based on its performance. If we see that 34 seconds is too much, we will lower it again. But overall, we saw that Yoshi was performing quite well, and then, if needed, we will make adjustments.
Okay, chat. Tell me a tier, and we'll pick accordingly. Happy to play anything except for tier 2, 3, and 4. I'll start from 5. 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 9, 1, 1, 1. Screw you. I mean, this is
how you baited all of the 2s and 4s and 3s.
I think, I don't know, my totally unbiased opinion, since we don't have tier 12 implemented quite yet, is let's go for 7. 7. People seem to be liking the mid tiers lately. It's okay, guys.
And YouTube and Steam chat, you feel free to also participate when we're asking, right? I know you have a bit of a bigger delay than other platforms, but
we still love you.
Exactly.
Equally. But we just can't give you as much stuff because technology. That's fantastic because, of course, because I know Twitch chat always asks for this, I boosted a commander up to 16 points so I can Skåne.
So what are you taking? Skåne? Oh.
By the way, guys, as usual, if you want a division with us, just drop me a PM. I do this very simple, like I'll just invite you in the order that your PMs appear here. So if you're slow, you might have to wait a little bit.
Chat, I have a question for you. What do you want to see? I can play pretty much anything on tier 7. I'll give you actually a choice, Poltava or Lyon.
Gamer AH says, can you please remove Smolensk from the game? She's really... We don't use that word around here, dude. Yesterday we faced Smolensk in clan battles and huge HE spam. There was nothing to do with radar. So, I mean, especially in clan battles, this is something that you're going to have to be able and learn to cope with. Like, Smolensk is not the be-all, end-all ship. You can definitely counter her. And she definitely has her absolute limitations. If you looked at something like King of the Sea, even there, yes, there were Smolensks, but it's not like there were like a huge amount of Smolensk, and usually I didn't find them terribly useful. Find a way to play against them, and if you're going to be expecting many Smolensks, take something that, you know, like can torpedo their smoke and have some fun with them.
Yes, you just have to adapt your playstyle when you see a lot of Smolensks. It's just something that, you know, like any ship that has a certain strong trait, where you just have to figure out how to play against it. But I understand it can be frustrating at times. You can actually push that back button.
I can?
Yeah.
I will.
Will Twitch containers continue giving us premium consumables? No, Embry. Because we're removing premium consumables as they are, right? So otherwise you would just get nothing because all consumables are free now. So what's going to happen is there will be additional signal flags in there. So that should be nice, right?
Yes.
You get your signal flags and all the other stuff.
And in general, anywhere in the game that these premium consumables occur as a reward, they're going to get replaced with signals, or in the case of campaigns, with credits.
Oh, somebody's loving their the DDs, so I have to be a bit careful here. It's like all of the speedy torpedoes. And Mr. Conway, I hope today is going to go better than last time.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Oh,
chat,
look for
just the
saying
record.
na zdrowie, Mr. Conway.
Yes, sorry guys. Mr. Conway is drinking cola. Yes, he does. I have an addiction. It's an unhealthy addiction to Coke Zero.
Phalix, is it Phalix or is it Phalix? We'll have to see.
What happens with premium consumables which you have in inventory? We take them away and we give you credits. Very easy. So if you have them, just keep them and we'll just give you credits.
What happens? Oh yeah, sorry.
Jelly is the question.
Did you solve issue with the sync in the game? As far as I know, the devs are still working on it.
So the current stance is, so thanks for bringing it up. It really helps us, and we hope that you keep, if you encounter issues in the game, please show them to us, and then we will do our best to fix them. For the desync, so there are two aspects to it. First of all, the bombs from aircraft carriers. We actually figured out very quickly where that problem is coming from, and we're preparing a fix. I don't know when it's going to be deployed, so give us a bit of time. And then there's the issue with shells. The shells issue is more complicated, and for that we need more info from you. So please send us, if you have replays, if you have additional info, videos and so on, please send them to us. We will take a look at it, and then we'll figure out how we can fix it, because that's a bigger problem. Is there going to be a 100k Twitch mission again? Well, since the 100k milestone is achieved and over, that thing is not going to come again. But the next activity is going to be at 250k.
Yeah, when we asked for the super containers, they were like, well, all right, but you're not having one for 200.
Yes. So yes, we would like to have it again, but obviously we use it for big milestones like 100,000, 250,000, 500,000, something like this. Somebody says here, Body Backbird says, please fix Master of Orion. It crashes at the loading screen.
Oh, dude, Body Backbird, I really appreciate that you're saying this here. But so a couple of things. Like, first of all, we're not really the best points of contact for Master of Orion. And secondly, you do have to realize that the game's been out of development for a long time. And we did actually go back not too long ago and do a pass of fixing one or two bugs and some compatibility issues, which should mean that the game runs fine. If it doesn't for you, that's unfortunate, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to make any more changes to this. I think Master of Orion, as the game stands right now, is pretty much just locked in. But what you can try is to try the different version. So I don't know if you have Master Orion, if it's in WGC, I don't know. Can we take a bug report for this even? Tuccy, what do you think?
Sorry?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything we can help you with Master Orion. If it's not running, you're gonna have to find a solution.
Yeah, maybe contact just our customer support. Maybe they can point you towards the right place.
But, I hope you understand it's a tricky issue. This the game was developed by an external studio that we contracted to do this, and their contract is over.
You are seeing the torpedoes left of you, right?
It's a little bit tricky for us to go back
and
and fix it now.
Your torpedoes just ran out. That entire division is here, by the way, right? Our Amalfi is still very, very pushy here. You're not. Oh, nice! I got a Citadel.
Hello, Skåne.
Okay.
I don't really know what to do. They have too many of these sneaky European destroyers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have quite a lot as well, but not that many.
Well, the Amalfi should be able to nuke that Skåne.
We'll help him.
It's behind the island for me right now, so I can't really help a lot. The Öland is over there. Oh, nice.
Good. One less.
Means they still have another Skåne in the division and in Öland. Öland actually went very wide.
Guys, do you know when the voiceovers work correctly? Currently, you have to specifically choose Polish and voiceovers from Bliskavica and Korean for Asian DDs. That's not true, Jakulia, but I think you do need to have a Polish commander on the Bliskavica. The voiceover doesn't depend on the ship, but on the commander. Am I right, Tucky? This is correct, right? So if you have one of the Polish commanders, they should automatically speak Polish, right?
I think they should, yeah.
Yes, I think so. Like the if you switch it to National Voiceover Plus, it's tied to the actual commander that you have on the game. Like if you put jingles on the game on the ship, it'll speak jingles.
It'll speak jingles. That's a very nice way of putting it.
So check the commander. Where did you get your quarantine haircuts? You look awesome. So Tucky did use the good old buzz cut, army style. He just cut it himself.
Yes.
Conway went to I went to my regular hairdresser, and because hairdressers are officially closed, they can't let you into their salon to give you a haircut. But what they apparently still can legally do is cut your hair as long as it's not in the shop. And only like on a one-on-one basis. So it was under a gazebo in the backyard of the hairdresser.
The dread gazebo of doom.
Yes.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Can you then at some point come back and just help your division a bit with scouting?
Oh, sorry,
Chris. You know what you are asking. You know
I
the
know,
risk
I've been
involved.
asking this like for ages, but he will never learn. Like,
Look, I
know you just off to eat,
I would
like,
actually like to eventually land a torpedo. It hasn't happened yet. I don't think it will happen because there's just too much hydro and destroyerness and stuff.
Oh, there's the Öland.
But I'll try. But I'm on my way.
Cobra 911 New Zealand is asking something about not being able to get in the Discord channel.
What's his problem for that?
Please authenticate yourself using your ID under the link below. Then this will unlock further channels. But 404 page not found.
Oh, for that, the best thing to do is in this scenario to contact our magician, Mr. Sihales, and ask him for help, because he will be able to look into it together with you.
Am I actually hitting torpedoes? No, of course they're running hydro, so they know it's all coming. God damn it! You know, I haven't landed a single torpedo yet.
Great, so it was worth it going over there, huh? So, oh, there's a Donskoy. You just have to be really careful with all of these radars, because they're all closing in the Donskoys.
And I'm radared.
Oh, 4 over pens. It's a bit unfortunate.
Ooh, somebody just touched that Fiji inappropriately. Nice.
Good job.
What happened to the King of the Sea? I still only have 8 collections. Well, that's because the rest of the collectibles will be accessible at the next round of the King of the Sea.
If you got 8, then you actually
Yeah.
you've actually got the maximum amount, and good on you. And yeah, more next time. You know, because it's such an ongoing community tournament and activity, we didn't want to like blow it all on the first iteration. Oh, Skåne, can you help me here?
Yeah, I got my 17 seconds of reload.
I think with this one here, we have to just ducker him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what he's doing. He's just slowing down.
I think this was not the thing he wanted to move into, and he's just like nope.
Yeah, but you should know that reversing is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Please, guys, shoot this thing.
Yes, help us out.
Timotheus, shoot him.
I should.
Well, we have a
potentially
Belfast,
him.
so
I have him.
Nice work. Now I just have to survive Donskoy.
Mm-hmm. But we get the Donskoys on retreat, so that's good.
Yes, he's still aiming at me. So is the Cleveland. Okay.
Just stay out of their range, please. Their radar range, because you're one shot.
I'm gonna die here.
You're burning down?
Yep. No, there's no way I could disengage. It's a shame, it's a shame. Maybe I should have held my fire, but I didn't know if we could kill them fast enough. Anyway.
I mean, they at least have. Ooh, can I touch? I'll be able to touch in time.
They've got a lot of squishy ships quite low, so it looks looking around. The Fiji's almost down, Cleveland's almost down.
Okay, I got one Fiji. I messed that one up a bit. Still got a few heals, so should be okay. I hope that Fiji is greedy. No, he's not gonna be that greedy. Will we get more Polish destroyers? We had enough active DDs during war to create separate Polish line. Well,
Did you?
I think that's a bit debatable, right?
Well,
but,
Tuccy is the authority.
but there might be more Polish ships down the line, but we're just introducing Orkan, right? So that's already something nice, and we'll have to see whether we can have more Polish ships in the
More
future.
can possibly appear. But Mr. Conway, weebs in or weebs out?
Weebs always in, man. Absolutely. We love our weebs greatly, especially since we have such giant weebs in our team. There. We don't have any choice anyway.
It won't connect.
Oh. What happened to Sehalis?
Where is Caliber looking? What happened to Sealis? I don't know.
Well, he started
Spamming the poi?
spamming poi in the chat.
Because he's one of our biggest
He's
weeps.
like when I said some of our team are giant weebs. I was referring to Zehalis among others.
And of course, Tanatoy.
Of course, Tanatoy, the Weeb Master General, but he hates us mentioning it.
What play are you serving? What server are you playing? My brain is already out. We are playing on the EU server, but we do have NA accounts, and I hope we're going to have an NA stream soon. TM again. I mean, it's actually up to us, so we can decide. But I think we'll have an NA stream soon. TM.
Yeah, I think so too. When is Caliber coming out? It looks amazing. Actually, I don't have that information available off the top of my head, and if it's not widely already known, then I can probably not tell you anyway. Can we have a link to WoW's wiki on every ship in game, please?
No. The answer is no. But you know that the wiki exists. You go to the wiki, you type in the ship name, and you will get immediately to that ship.
Yes.
So while having links in the game is fine, but you know there are so many different localizations, and that the wiki links don't have all of the localizations accordingly. So it's not that easy. So the answer for that is simply no. I wouldn't expect it, and it's not planned. But overall, you can easily find that information.
Is Mr. Conway a weeb? Bismarck lover. Bismarck lover, I don't think so. No. Let's say just no. By the way, how Chrysanthus?
Yeah.
See? You made me change the bloody names, and look what you made me. Look what happened.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Look what happened.
my fault.
What happened?
Well, you know, like he just what do you need to? Oh, why don't you just make that make the name centered, and it just screws with everything. It has knock-on effects. You wouldn't even believe the. I don't know. It's fine.
Is he coming in? Yeah. Oh, somebody touched him. So just gotta be careful with the Duke. There's still a DD around the corner.
Putsutsu is asking, is there any chance for the server transfer offer to come back anytime soon? Putsutsu, I'm afraid it's unlikely. While we did gladly do it, it was involved, it came with a lot of work. Yes, it was theoretically all supposed to be, working more or less automatically. But there was still a lot of manual things we had to do, and then there were a lot of issues and people who just, for some reason go to the portal and they see a button that says transfer me to another server, and even though they don't want to go to another server, they just click it, and then it's not something we're going to do very often. I think it's possible we'll do it again, but probably not anytime soon.
I'll definitely give that Buffalo +1 and the Amalfi, because they were really doing a good job, basically acting like my DD that went rogue into the other side and spotted and helped killing those DDs. Oh, and we have also some guys on the Steam chat. So Iron Man, Rayoyo, and Wrestlin and Karsten. Hi guys, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Just ask them. Like the guys on Twitch are doing. Because there's a question here from Kuda who's asking, when some love to the Pan American branch? I wouldn't expect any love for that branch anytime soon, but maybe in the future, right? It wasn't like the biggest navy out there, but we'll see what we can do for it. And Anthony Lee Scott is saying, it says 25% discount to resources for ships will be released today, but nothing on my end yet. Wait, the discount voucher for resources, isn't that in June? Actually, let me double check what it says in game, because I used my resource voucher as well. Because I needed to buy my Somers. I thought it was sometime in June, but let me double check.
Coupons. Here we go. A new coupon on 23rd of June, correct.
Yes, so here you can see this is for the balloons, for resources. Also, these dates are synced up. So you can see all of these dates here. So I guess you just misread June for April. Wishful thinking. But it's going to be in June. So I hope that answered your question. So I think we're going to play one more battle here, and then we will transition over to the public test server. And you can already prepare if you want to meet us in battle. Just sign up for the PT, download the client. Yes, I know it's going to take a bit, and ready up your submarines, DDs, BBs, and cruisers, because especially we need BBs and cruisers to play, with us and against us.
Let's do a game of Tintin.
Okay.
So I want to go play some Holland. That's a kick in the peanuts, lol. Is it? What exactly are you referring to? I wasn't aware. Yeah. Alex Mechanic says, I'm here to ask Mr. Colmar a regular question about new levels of collectors. Well, Alex Mechanic, I don't know if we mentioned this already on stream.
We did.
But back when you guys brought this up on the forums, I went and I asked the developers, and they realized, oh yes, we need new levels. And they are in progress. News to come, but it's in the works, and they'll just at some point be announced and appear. So don't worry. We know you have many ships, so we know you need more emblems.
Oh, by the way, this is the message you get when you finish the Twitch mission, the opt-in mission that you can find on the portal. I just wanted to show this.
Okay,
yes.
Here we have a question that is very important. Darth Michalik, what ship you prefer for casual gameplay, Somers or Bourgogne?
Look, speaking as someone who has neither a Somers nor a Bourgogne in port.
Okay, if you're asking me, I think the Bourgogne, just like most battleships, is a bit more casual. Simply because you can pick your ranges more comfortably than playing a DD. But the Somers is also very comfortable DD to play because it's a mix, I would say. It's somewhere in between a gearing and a shimmer. You have a bigger torpedo focus than on the gearing, but you still have better guns than the shimmer. So I would say, depending on what you like. If you're more of like a BB player, the Bourgogne is going to be more your pick. If you like gearing gameplay, for example, the Somers is just going to be a very good addition to that. With a bit more focus on torpedoes and still having like a good Dakar platform with a decent smoke. So up to you. You basically just trade in AA. That's
And as for me, well, everyone knows my preferred class of ships, so Somers all the way.
Everyone. But yeah. I wait for Italian battleships. When will they be introduced? Well, War Captain, I cannot tell you. However, they will be introduced. Please remain calm.
Malak, he's saying, when can we get some wargaming staff as captains? I need a Mr. Conway captain. That's true. We're still lobbying.
We're really bad at lobbying for this.
Maybe we can do this. We can talk about 250k. Maybe we can get ourselves.
I don't know. Let's do. I think that's too long. But I also think it's hard to go and to go to the devs and say, oh, implement me. That it feels a bit like kind of weird and a bit
You're
narcissistic.
not going to be. Yes.
Are we not going to be? Look, this is very simple. You are fleet commander. Okay. You tell me what to do.
Okay, can you please take a poke at B?
Absolutely, I will take a poke at B. What does the matchmaker say?
If you get into trouble, it should be fine because there's only a Des Moines. But there's
and a Holland and a Smallland. But
but you will see when they enter the cap. That cap is big.
That's true.
It's a big cap. There's also a question about. Let me scroll up to find it.
Kobayashi this year? I don't know if we're gonna do any more Kobayashi, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Jim. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to answer this one question because I don't want to forget it. So Jim was asking, "Hey,
I have the same problem.
my mother called me and I had to stop observing for a few minutes, so I repeat my question. Will the Polish cruiser Dragon appear in the game, the most powerful Polish unit in World War II? So any new upcoming ship, I know you want to have that information, right? But right now, I wouldn't expect it because I haven't seen it in any like near release schedule.
The thing is, right, if this is a powerful World War II warship, it will come to the game eventually. We just can't tell you when.
Yeah, but overall, like I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. So if we have any news about new Polish ships, we will definitely let you know. But we just released, we were just about to release the Orkan. So, and now back to Tuccy.
Yeah. So Finst 0815 is asking, in last 3 days, EU server connection lost and reconnect not possible for 30-40 minutes. That's not normal for warships. What's the problem? Well, the funny thing is, it was every time a different problem. But we hope that they've been tackled, and yeah, if you were affected, obviously we are sorry to hear that, because we know that a lot of people were affected by this. But in that case, just head to the portal and check the compensation news.
I've been greedy, Chris.
Yes.
I'm paying the price for being greedy. Shit.
Why are you so close? Okay, I won't ask this question, but yeah.
Why do you think I'm so close, Chris?
We had this discussion, and Mr. Conway, like he took some advice in terms of like.
I thought that Des Moines was going to stay stuck behind his island.
Because, chat, you know, we've talked about this, right? How to get into a cap. The best way to get into a cap is with the butt first to be able to run. And
I was going to, because there was no DD, so I was lining up for torpedo run.
The greed. The greed in this game is the #1 reason to get DDs killed. Which is understandable.
Well, not only DDs.
Not only DDs, also
yeah, like
your
I've seen greedy battleships, I've seen greedy cruisers. I've even seen greedy carriers who just like went a bit too far.
It cost me a lot of my life. It was a terrible, poor decision. I agree. Yes.
Maybe one day you will also learn. I stopped believing, but you know, a sliver of hope is still there. At least Des Moines was pushed out of his position. You can cap, and he cannot put any pressure on the A cap. So at least you helped the team with dragging the Des Moines away. You have to
and
make
we got
a
the cap.
decision where you want.
So where would you like me to go spam now?
You just come to A and lay some torpedoes into these guys. The Thunder and the Montana are actually quite defensive, so you just need to be careful with the Des Moines. But I think with the gearing we can push up soon. Some news about the Z-35 Spell Sleeper? No, but as soon as we have information, we will put them up on the dev blog.
Yeah, and for base cigar, yes, there are submarines. The submarines are on the test server, and the guys will go there after this battle, probably.
Yes.
Or
yes,
very
after
soon.
Battle. No, after this battle. We already said that. Hold Me Love Me says sometimes missions and tasks make for individual plays over winning teamwork. Yes and no. I think it's a bit of like player mentality, right? Being able to fulfill a mission doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice all team play during that match for that mission. If you can do it in the same match, cool. But otherwise, there's no reason to really sacrifice all of that just for one, mission. In my personal opinion, and at the end of the day, it's always more important to win a match. That's my my very own personal opinion. Winning always, trumps everything else.
Oh, yes, that's like.
How is he?
I've seen already so many battles lost before because someone was hunting for damage instead of, for example, going for the cap. So yeah, if I have to choose, I always try to go for the win, even if I have to sacrifice my damage or whatever, even my ship.
No.
Adalbert Schneider. Oh.
It
Every
wouldn't be-
stream question, where is H42?
I think Adalbert Schneider comes like look. He's made such an effort. For some reason, he's managed to make his message red as opposed to the same. How? Chris, how is Adalbert Schneider able to have green writing and have his message be underlaid in red?
I don't know.
I guess the red, that's my add-on, but
Yeah, because it's I don't see it that way. But at Albert Schneider, the answer is it's on paper. That's all I can say right now. Maybe it will come one day, maybe not. But as soon as we can tell you something about it, we will let you know.
Bane11, any plans to start punishing borderline abuse that's happening in ranked and clan battles is very annoying. Could you make borderline do damage per second to the abusers? We are not planning such things. We are already penalizing using the borderline by basically losing
maybe that's a
speed
good
and
server,
maneuverability.
Yeah,
So
25, I'll take it. How's it going for you, by the way?
like like if you don't think that dealing damage is an important metric, then very well.
Okay.
Nutty Hyper 1, what plan for year on ships coming that can we talk about? We cannot really talk about ships that are coming for year coming. That doesn't.
I was going to kill the Venezia, but somebody else got there first.
Well, somebody else detonated him. Any shimmer buffs? No, Nico. The shimmer should be fine as is, and we are not planning any buffs right now. I'm still a bit concerned with the Yu Yang, but he's capping right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Must be the Yu Yang. Okay, which means Torpedoes should be coming from over there. Just need to get that Thunderer.
Is it even worth torping him? Probably not, right?
Depending on, did he just get a healer? I didn't pay attention too much. Oh, that hurt so much. Thunder HE. The Montana's also shooting HE. I will never
No,
understand.
I'm gonna go and push into the cap again now.
Do you think you will do something for matchmaking someday? Look, we've been doing a lot from the matchmaker in the last months, and we keep doing something for the matchmaker. For example, with the changes we introduced to how low tiering works, how the distribution is in that scenario when you're up tiered, and the amount of DDs, CVs, and so on. So we're doing a lot of changes to the matchmaker when we see like there's room for improvement without breaking the queue. In terms of what you're looking for, that there's a distribution of skill that's not supposed to be part of random battles. Random battles are random. That's the idea behind it, and we want that to stay that way. If we ever want to introduce a purely skill-based matchmaking, it will probably be in a different mode, and we'll have to see, right? But overall, the randomness of battles, in terms of which players get matched against others, that's intended. That's the core aspect of the random battles, as it is in World of Tanks, as it is in World of Warships. Oh, I hope he's not going to nuke me with HE.
Oh, you're low.
Yes, I'm low because I had to tank off this ship.
No, so close before the heal.
Yeah, but it was fine. I got my damage in.
The Montana was the one pumping HE into, yeah?
Yeah, it was the Thunderer and the Yu Yang and the Montana. I just don't understand why you would be using HE that much, because it was showing actually more broadside, because I had to get my turrets on the Thunderer, and he could have actually taken me down faster. Can you guys intervene for Aegir? It was a fun ship, but the changes to secondaries killed the ship for the community. Bring Aegir back, please. So, Gunslinger, I'm sorry, but there was a lot of feedback about the EG is not fun anymore, and that's why we made changes. We didn't go out there and say, hey, we made all of these changes to EG. Everybody was super happy about it, and then we decided out of the blue to change things. No, it was actually based on feedback, and you have to be aware of that. The fact that yes, we listen to feedback, and sometimes that feedback might not be your personal opinion. We're trying to make really cool archetypes of ships, like also maybe a cruiser with a secondary build, but for how to make it work with the EGIR, we couldn't really make it work in the sense that the players would seem happy about it and that we think, okay, this is going to work out. So for EGIR, it's unlikely that we're going to revert it. That's just the answer. And when you talk about the community consists out of a lot of different people and a lot of different voices. So the community doesn't have one single voice in that sense. The feedback was from Potatoes, and you know it. No, that's not true. And thinking about feedback also from channels that you follow, they were also like, oh, this ship is not fun anymore. So we thought about, okay, how can we make this ship fun? And that's the solution we came up with. I know that not everybody is agreeing with that, but we have to make these decisions, and it's based on feedback. And feedback is relevant from all players. And Marek is asking, hey, what with people who bought permanent camouflage for Moscow? Will they get 5k doubloons back? No, because when you paid that 5k doubloons to get all of the bonuses for the Moscow, you got those bonuses and you will keep those bonuses, even with the change. And you will even get a better bonus because you will have reduced servicing costs for the Moscow. So this is not planned. And we released that information last week.
But Ancient Gale is saying you lie. The community is always in agreement with his opinion.
Oh, okay. Then, except for that case. Yes.
But in that case, I think we can just go AFK for the rest of Corona, and we'll contact you, Ancient Gale, and you can fill out all of our feedback reports.
Yes, that would actually save me a lot of time, and my team a lot of time. Russian missile cruisers when Zwangsjacke, that's the next update. Is there planning for other additions to the game other than more ships, like new modes? Iron Badger, yes. We would love to, and that's actually the reason. Like one of our strike teams is working on considering new modes and what would be cool to introduce. That's actually a team that also was working on operations. So we definitely want to have that, and I'm sure we will have some cool stuff coming up this year, besides only new ships. Have you found a solution to return Kitakami back into the game? Diritas, not yet, but as soon as we do, we'll let you know. Do you think the gearing is still competitive among the recent DD additions? Redline, absolutely. But what's happening when we introduce more and more ships, that there's more and more selection and more variety to pick from. So, initially when the game was out, you had, Shimakaze, you had the gearing, and obviously that was the main choice. And gradually we added more and more ships that fit more niches within the game. And that means that ships like the gearing, yes, you will see less of them because there's more variety. I think the one exception is actually the Shimakaze, because she's like an all-time favorite of a lot of players with her playstyle. But overall, the gearing is still competitive. If we see that she's dropping off because of other additions to the game in terms of performance, then we'll do something about it. But in terms of the gearing is, you still hit those torpedoes.
There's also the question of what do you mean by competitive? Because there's different selection of ships that are popular in randoms, different that are popular in clan in normal clan battles, different in clan brawls, different in King of the Sea. Some ships overlap, but basically, especially for the competitive mode, often the more specialist ships are picked, while the gearing is kind of like all-rounder. So.
Average game. Old Baldy One says, when will the Pepsi Navy be added? Don't know. I don't think we'll have one. Maybe for April's Fool's. Do you know about the Pepsi Navy?
No.
No, it's like just after the fall of the Soviet Union, they wanted to import, I think, Pepsi into the Soviet Union, and they couldn't pay for it. So they, no joke, gave the Pepsi company warships to scrap for scrap metal, and so temporarily Pepsi was the 6th largest navy in the world, or owned the 6th largest navy.
Is that a true story, Tucky?
It is a true story. It's
Yes.
a bit bizarre.
Okay, wow.
Somebody really wanted a Coke, which I can sometimes relate to, but it should never be Pepsi. Sorry.
So let's jump to the PT.
We are going to PT.
Yes, we're going to
In that
PT.
case, let me close this and open it.
Yay! Public test.
So, I meant Russian missile cruisers, with missiles, Zwangsjacke, and I was joking, like fun. Because missile cruisers are not planned for this game, at least at this point. Never say never, but I think it's highly, highly, highly unlikely. Steffen is here with his secret question, and Steffen, nothing changed from Tuesday up until this point in time.
Somebody asking, Mr. Conway, have you ever taken a Pepsi challenge? I have no idea what it is, but to be honest, I don't want to know because no.
Maybe
It'll only give you guys bad
maybe it's the
ideas.
following: you take a Mentos, you put it into Pepsi, and then you have to drink. That's the only thing I can imagine with a Pepsi challenge.
The thing is, I don't think it's physically possible to drink a Coke that you
can
drop
inhale.
Mentos into.
You can just
No, what real men do
What?
is
Oh.
what real
Oh,
men do
okay.
is eat a couple of Mentos and then swig some Coke.
Oh my.
Sounds like a super. messy
Okay, we
thing.
are not doing that on stream.
I'm not gonna do
Dr.
this,
May 1, is
ever.
there a plan mechanism to get containers from previous events to finish our collections? Well, those containers have been known to pop from time to time in the armory, so just keep scanning. But it takes them usually some time to get there.
The best example is the Rapid and Resolute campaign for the Italian commander. The containers are actually coming back with update 0.9.4 for coal into the armory, and the same thing is true for Sansonetti. So, submarine mode.
I'm not sure, but do we?
Are
have
you
any
playing a submarine first?
I can play submarine.
Okay,
yes.
then I'll play a. You know what? I'll play a cruiser. No, I'm being a role model here. Azure Lane collab news when? I think it get announced on the Azure Lane side. Yeah, Lightmonk, and as soon as we are allowed to talk about it, we will talk about it. But for now, you know that there is something coming. What's the content? I'm not allowed to share yet. This stuff is, locked down in, unfortunately, locked down in contracts and so on. So I'm legally obliged to not tell you. Is there a plan for a new game engine, including Wave, better graphics, and so on? SmackGag? Not in the foreseeable future. I know you're referring to World of Tanks, but we are making constant updates to the game, as you can see with the lighting, the effects that we did. Was it last year, even the year before? Like constant upgrades to the graphics, and we're not really planning on changing the engine anytime soon. So for us, it's really a step-by-step process, making sure the game stays pretty and awesome to look at. And you can actually push the button.
I was Alchemist00 saying, the Moskva camera decision is not consistent with past line splits. Is this decision made to discourage purchasing permanent camouflage? Of course not. But it is not consistent with past line splits. That's true. But we also have not had a line split like this. This is not like when we did like US tree reshuffle, where some ships moved up tiers, down tiers, and across branches, whatever. Moskva itself is staying as she is, at her tier she is, with the equipment she has, with the configuration she has, she's just factually getting better because she'll have less servicing cost, and she'll get better because she'll also become a captain trainer. So the ship's not like being replaced with something weird or moving somewhere weird, which is why we did the compensation for those camouflages. Because if you bought a camouflage for a tier 8 ship and suddenly it's a tier 6 ship, that's a big difference. It's a big change. But in this regard, nothing is happening to the ship. It's not being changed, and you keep anything that you have.
Yes, and we hear your feedback about this, and obviously we also provide this internally, so you can be sure that we're not just shrugging that off. We do forward your feedback about this specific case, but I hope you also understand our point of view, because you bought it specifically for the Moskva. You got what you wanted for the Moskva, which means increased income. And now you will even have a better deal in terms of less servicing costs. If we sell just because it's a related question, if we sell the Moskva before the patch, will we get it back?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just do this quickly. You can clip me. That's okay. For the maximum for the maximum income, like benefit from the change that is going to happen with the Soviet cruisers, I give you the following piece of advice. Sell the Kirov and the Moskva before update 0.9.5 hits, because they will get automatically be added to the game as, you know, the Kirov as a premium ship and the Moskva as a special ship. That is true in the following scenario, like in all scenarios, but I will just condense it down to one. If you have ever researched the Moskva and the Kirov, that includes without purchasing.
That
if you
includes-
just unlocked it, it will be added to your game with the update of 0.9.5.
Even if it is currently not available to you because you dropped the line through the research bureau, even then, we will just flat out give you the ship, and the research points will then be available for you on the new Nevsky, so you'll get research points for researching a new ship, which is pretty
And
good.
there will even be a bonus on those research points, so you even get a bit more out of it. So I think that's, you know, like if you want to super min-max and you also want to get some points for the research bureau and you're going to grind the Nevsky anyway, if you know that, just drop the line before and you will get the Moscow, you will get to keep her, everything stays on the Moscow, what is on the Moscow, right? In terms of legendary module and
Okay.
blah blah.
If something goes wrong, Andrew, Memorex, you can just go back to the stream, clip us, and send a ticket to customer support. So even if something were to go wrong, we'll stand by it, but it should just work, so don't worry. Lots of questions about when is the Submarine update coming out. Guys, I can't give you a correct exact date yet. There is always a chance there might be some delays, but it is going to follow more or less our regular update schedule. More or less, because not
Which
quite.
doesn't mean, like right now you can see this is part of the 0.9.4 public test, so that gives you a good indication for when this could go live. But you know, it doesn't mean that it will go live straight up away. Maybe it will be later, sooner. We will have to see how to implement.
We got a lot of valuable feedback from you guys, and we'll have to see if and how much of that can and will be implemented before the update goes live. So give us a little bit of time.
Will the mines be added to the armory for doubloons at some point? Maybe. You know, we keep adding more and more ships to the armory for doubloons, but like right now she's going to be in the shop. And if she's going to be available for doubloons, we will obviously let you know.
By the way, I've been informed by Sehalas that sometimes I'm typing too loud. Sorry for that. I will try to type quieter.
How are you doing?
Can
Well,
carriers
Leander managed to dodge my
Okay,
torpedoes,
I'll
but
take
I
him
think
out because
he's
otherwise-
probably going to die to you, yes.
Yes.
Can carriers drop depth charges? Fishy134 is asking on YouTube. No, but they can drop normal bombs and generally normal ordnance on the submarines that are too close to surface to so that they can be hit.
I'll
Were
take
enemy
care of the
submarine
Hudson
launched torpedoes at me, homing ones as well.
So the changes that we made, as far as I remember, is that the homing for the depth is improved. So you know you will have a better homing effect for going up and down, but not an improved one for left and right. So that should make the submarine versus submarine combat a bit more comfortable, because I saw that myself. It's actually quite tricky sometimes to hit another submarine because the homing doesn't really work that well. On the other side, we also decreased the effectiveness of the torpedoes by lowering the damage dealt. So you know, the Citadel hits,
Oh!
as you can see,
Oh!
they still hurt, right? But they don't hurt as much as they did before.
But that Fuso, he had it coming.
That bot, yes.
That's what you get for botting on the live server. Public test.
Almost. We want space camos for lower tier ships. When? That's a good question. I don't know. Depends on when we're going to have another space event, and if that's going to be on lower tiers. Oh, these torpedoes look nice.
Oh, he's screwed. He is
Yes.
totally screwed.
Nice. Wow, nice. Still a lot of damage.
Bye. Yes. important to note there, if you saw, I re-pinged him at the end because the ping has a countdown, the duration. So you do have to actively follow a target, especially at longer ranges. I'm interested to see how this is going to work at higher tiers.
I think everybody is, yeah. If you got the captain from the containers and you finish the campaign for him, what happens? Oh, that's a good question. I don't think anything special. I mean, you already have him, so you're not going to like get anything on top of it. Difference
Torpedoes
between
also
me
quite
and
short
Bajani
range
is
at the
that
moment.
I'm angling and you're not. So.
There's still the S1 somewhere. I kind of want to catch him. Maybe I can, because I have Hydro, because I'm a German submarine.
Oh no no no! I'm turning into this. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I ate an AOver torpedo.
He got you?
Yeah.
Submarine got you? Or who got
No no no! I had to fight the cruisers, so I was in between the Bajani and the AOver, and the AOver got me.
you? Ah, okay.
Will subs have the gun as secondary? Currently, it's not on, and we are not currently planning it because it's generally the guns are way too tiny to have any real effect.
Swanky Spitfire saying, "Hey, that right there is what I don't like about subs right now. Citadels with torpedoes is dumb. Citadels with homing torpedoes that can ascend, descend, and turn left and right is very dumb." Look, the thing is that for submarines, I understand that, you know, something like the strength of the homing and the damage dealt, these are all balancing factors, and we will still tweak this stuff. For now, it was about figuring out does this gameplay work in general, and how to make submarines fit into our game. Because, you know, we can't really put the historical submarine experience into our game. It simply doesn't fit. It would be too much of a simulation. And right now, the reason why we're testing all of this is to be able to get it to a point where a submarine is going to be fun to play, and it's also going to be possible to have some kind of counterplay. And we got a lot of feedback about all of these aspects, and we will be having some answers beginning of next week from our developers how to address all of these different issues. For now, it's for us, you know, finding this out step by step, and we're doing this, as you can see, in a separate mode. So this is still very far away from what might potentially, you know, hit the server. So for now, please keep giving us feedback. I know that not everybody's going to be a fan of having homing torpedoes per se, you know, in the game, that this is a thing. But then again, it's also going to be very difficult to create submarines that would work without that effect. Because it's going to be very, very hard for you to, you know, land these torps otherwise.
Yeah, I'm not handling these tops at all. I'm really bad at pinging, apparently.
Yeah, submarine, like sub versus sub gameplay is not that easy, but it's very, like, for me, it's very satisfying to hit another submarine. Do submarine detect ship for the team while submerged? Well, that depends on the depth, Light Monk. On the surface level, you will detect them. If you're, for example, fully submerged, you won't detect them as you would on the surface.
I've got Hydro in 1 minute.
Why can subs ignore torpedo belts? Isn't it a bit unfair and broken? Well, it's an idea of because following scenario, right? You're a submarine, Mr. Conway, right now, and you just shoot off a torpedo. You can do this just like that, right? And you could just keep spamming torpedoes. But what we wanted to have is something that forces you to interact with the enemy ship, where you would have to now ping. That means you're going to drain resources. It will force you to do, like, to change your playstyle, to maybe surface to get your battery recharged, or to stay in one place with a very slow speed to recharge those batteries and to be able to ping again. And that is basically just a scaling of damage up, right?
Oh, this could look good. This could be big, chat. This could be big.
Will it?
Yes.
And that's the aspect of it, right? You are able to scale the torpedo damage because you don't have as many torpedoes as other ships have, right? If you compare it to, for example, a DD that can launch a significantly higher amount of torpedoes at the
Oh, look
same
at this.
time.
Yes, from the top. Nice.
Nice. Okay, so this aspect seems to be working better on the PT now. Obviously, this is still in test. Oh, your reload rate is really high on the torpedoes. What's your reload time?
Ah, insufficient battery charge. God damn it.
Yeah, so this is now the point, right? This is exactly the point. If he would have just, like, if he had just the option, like in a 3D environment, to launch torpedoes like this, the enemy submarine is just going to be able to, like, ascend a bit or descend a bit, and that's actually what happened in the last test session, to just avoid it. Now he actually had to, you know, slow down. He cannot just simply keep chasing him and get into, like, a closer position to landing these torps. And now he has to surface to recharge his batteries. And Sepp, sorry, like, I don't speak any French, so if you have any issues, I see the issues with the connections. We had a few reports about this from French players, but that was related to French ISPs, not to us, as far as I know. But please contact our customer support, and they will try to help you. Sepp, but I still answered your question, so now you translated. But I hope you understood my answer. How do you highlight your text for questions? Wow, don't throw me. The best way to do this is to use channel points. You get channel points for watching this channel, and the longer you watch, the more channel points you will have, and then you can just use these channel points to highlight your message. If you want to grab our attention and make your life a bit easier while doing that, the best way to do is write at World of Warships. This will highlight the message for us in general. Can you make all premium ships be displayed in the tech tree view, especially those already owned? Really annoying not to be able to see them. Oh, Vitaly, the problem is it's going to overload our UI with the amount of ships we have in the game right now. So that's why not really planned for now. And I think it's unrealistic that we're going to have that very soon. Oh, these torpedoes are nice, Mr. Conway. It was one of my favorite things to do on the PT in the last session. Like if you messed up your torpedoes before, you just go next to the DD and surprise him while he's coming in to catch you with the depth charges. What is the status of the desync problem? We already made a statement about this, Neo. If you missed it, so for the bombs, we already know what's the problem, and we're going to be fixing it as soon as we can. For the shells, that's a bit more complicated. We acknowledge there's a problem, and we're looking into it, and we're asking you to please provide us with more information. That means replays, videos, if you have them, and then we can nail down the problem and fix it as soon as possible. But that's the current status. Sumo says, these guys aren't twins. One guy is more handsome than the others. Now the question is, who do you think is more handsome and who do you make sad?
Maybe we should make a straw poll.
Only bad things can come out of this. Ooh, that was nice.
All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck, chat. I was totally planning to do that. Oh, god damn it. I really need to...
Gruppe Ungarn, yes. If you want to see all ships use the mod station, there's something for that. But I'm just not sure whether it includes all of the...
No, they're homing too much.
Oof. Oof. That was close. And Kuba says, hey from Poland, and hello back to Poland. And Dover King is asking on Steam, does submerging have any benefit for putting out fires? No, because they're internal fires. So that doesn't really help. Unless you want to let water into the submarine.
It's not such a good idea.
Which is not the best idea. So, no, that doesn't have any effect. Adil says, hey, this is my first highlighted message. I was wondering who's taller of you or Mr. Conway. It's Mr. Conway. Where is Dasha and why does she not stream? Well, Steve Chiller, Dasha is in St. Petersburg. Actually, I think right now not even in St. Petersburg, but in her hometown. But the reason why she's not streaming with us is that, first of all, her English is not that great. So she... Oh, nicely done by the enemy submarine. kicked your butt.
It's like the anti-submarine combat now is much, much nicer.
Yes.
Twin handsomeness ball.
God, Tucky, you're evil. We should have put you in there as well. And look how passionate he is about spamming this. Have you ever
Very
met
passionate,
Dasha?
yes. Look at
Yes.
how
Look how happy.
I think we need
Look
to,
at that smug smile.
I think we need to just
Now he's trying to not smile. It's okay, Tucky. You can let it out. You can be smug.
look at how smug he is. And the great thing is he has no control over the camera, so he can be smug as he wants. But we can just sit here and have some fun with Tucky.
So while you guys are polling and voting, the question was, have we ever met Dasha? Yes. So we met her last year at Gamescom. Unfortunately, this year there is no Gamescom for us in the physical form. And we also met her last year when we went to St. Petersburg and had a few drinks.
1 or 2.
2, maybe 3.
That evening escalated a little bit. Good fun though. Good fun.
Oh,
okay, that was
okay.
really
But
good.
now I see what Tucky did. So just to show you, chat. So this is the poll we're running right now.
Right, Tucky, you can't even.
What?
Do I want to see the results? I must select an option. Okay, I'm for the other twin. Oh, and it's 50-50.
Yes, so far it's 50-50.
Okay, chat, we're going to close the voting now. I think it's the best result we can get out of this. But it's great to see that there's no preferred option with a twin and another twin.
Yep.
Okay, who was first? Shay was first. So Shay, we're gonna invite you. Here we go. I liked you 69.
Not much cruisers with deep bombs, you mean depth charges? Not at the moment, but we'll have to see what we can do to help other cruisers to be able to counter submarines.
Okay, let me quickly set up a Russian submarine because I wanna try it out.
Book of Chronicles on the YouTube. It would be great to reward players with 100 ships. We spent a lot of time with you. Yes, and we actually have a reward for collecting a lot of ships. We have the collectors club special flags and stuff. So it will come.
Okay, you know what? Since you're building your S1, I'm just going to be just going to be that guy. I'm going to be a battleship this round.
According to Tim Sorensen, he looks like Steven Seagal's ugly little brother. Now there's again a question: who?
Do we want to know?
Should I set up another poll?
Lightmonger says, what are CV's options against submarines? Right now, I mean, you can fight them if they are surfaced, right? Just like any other ship. If they're submerged, you can't.
Challenge. Can you read out this name? Don't think about it too much. Read it. Can you?
Pope Heladope the First?
Yeah, Pope Heladope the First. I don't know why. I just
Long
struggled
name.
for-
It's like it looked more scary than it was. Yes. Oh, Evander, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Puts moderns back on offer for resources. Banana Horse not planned in the foreseeable future.
And yes, HC Dark Soul, if you reset the Moskva line before the change, you will get it for free when the change goes up, yes.
At Hawkeye was asking on Steam, are there plans to
Evan?
broaden the variety of submarines available? Like, will there be coastal subs, mine layers, and so on? That's a future question. Right now, we're trying to get this shit right. That's the best way I can phrase it. Right now, our focus is on how can we potentially put submarines into this game without breaking everything. That's the like $1 million question right now.
Exactly. And
And
we are gonna...
once that is done, we can talk about other stuff.
Exactly. And then we're also gonna have more tiers. There'll be a tier 8 and a tier 10 submarines. I'm really hoping to be able to put some nice camouflages on my submarines, even though it's silly because
I know everybody wants to make it.
it makes no sense because it's underwater, but I still want it.
Sebin, the answer is yes. You will get the Kira for free if you own her at some point in time.
How about the Japanese super sub that had aircraft? Look, before we go to the Japanese super sub that had aircraft, I would like the French super sub with cruiser guns.
Yeah, but the I-400, interesting build, right? But overall, also a silly design, in my opinion. But it had a very specific purpose, right? So for that,
If you needed to go do some recon, like it's actually like a fantastically brilliant idea if it works from a technical perspective.
No, but that was not the idea behind it. Tucky,
Yeah.
if just to make sure, like I'm not talking out of my ass,
the
it was
Surkov had a-
supposed to actually strike the channel.
Yes, the Panama Channel.
Panama Channel, yes.
That was the mission for the submarine. The Surkov had a plane that was supposed to do the recon in the cruiser sub concept.
Okay.
But the I-400 series was intended for strikes.
Didn't actually do it though then.
No.
For a future update, could you make a game mode with steampunk airborne warships? Captain Offenkoch? That sounds amazing.
That doesn't sound like a game mode though. That sounds like a new game. I mean, but you know, as stupid as it is, we can probably take from a technical perspective, take a submarine, right, turn it into an airship, and then just make a map where the sea level is up in the ceiling, and like there's no water, so that you can. So probably from a technical perspective, we can probably like hack it. But that doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Yeah. Dr. Project is asking, is there any chance that Wargaming will be reverting the nerf that was done to the Yuan and Ori? So the answer to this is, I mean, there is a chance we're going to buff these ships in the future, but depending on their performance. Right now, they're right there where we want them to be at, and that means probably not in the foreseeable future. If the ships need help in the future, they're not on a blacklist of ships like you cannot buff them anymore. No, if we need to, we will do that. But for now, not planned. In terms of are we going to maybe do something about rocket planes? Potentially. It's definitely something we keep a very close eye on because you guys give us a lot of feedback about the CB class and these the specific plane type as well. But there's nothing to be talked about right now. But we definitely have an eye on it. Will we be given Nevsky next update if we own Moscow at the time of the update? Black belt, the answer to that is no. You keep Moscow, and Nevsky is a new ship.
This is a potentially bad situation.
Kino Hansen, any plans for Danish ships low tier? Well, as with all the questions, if any plans for ship of nation X, Y, Z,
Well played, Dragon
maybe.
C.
If possible, maybe in the future. Ideally, we would like to add as many ships as we can, but obviously there are limits on how fast we can produce them and how would they fit in the options.
Did you just shoot HE at a battleship broadside at a cruiser?
Yeah, because I was trying to help you. That's why I loaded HE to be able to shoot submarines.
I know, but it didn't work.
No.
I'm sinking.
No.
Sub versus sub combat is actually very nice. But the cachalot.
Chess actually got 2 torpedoes into that cachalot, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do more. No, it's because I'm playing a battleship. I'm playing an aggressive battleship towards the caps, so I have HE loaded to do these things.
Can we just all agree that it's bloody pretty, though?
Yes.
Very nice. I'm not so sure about these.
Do the horn underwater.
I'm sunk.
Ah, true.
Shay, if you can hear us, if you're watching the stream, please use your horn.
Is the game already over?
What?
Wow, that was fast. Fast defeat. I blame Mr. Conway. Enemy team wrecked us.
Evil Friend 79. Can we all agree that Chrysanthos is a HE spamming scrub?
Yes, evil friend. And that's why you're my evil friend.
So,
how are you doing, man, by the way?
Mum's Eagle wants to play with us now.
If you already own Moscow, are we going to be given the premium camo? I mean, if you already own the Moscow, you will get the standard premium camouflage that comes with the that will come with the Moscow because it's a special ship, and all special ships currently in the game get a permanent camouflage.
HC Dark still saying, would you guys ever have Dasha as a guest on the stream? Look, whenever we would have the opportunity to do this, always happy to. Problem is, obviously, we're not where she is. We've had her on before international streams before, but her English is not necessarily, she's not a native speaker, and speaking in front of a very large audience is sometimes a little bit daunting. But if we have the opportunity, we'll definitely bring her on.
We did have her on stream for our last anniversary stream.
Yes.
And maybe we can get her for the anniversary stream, 5-year anniversary.
Bob Twister said use a translator. We did have a translator for that stream as well. But yeah, it's just it makes it a bit clunky. But we'll see what we can do.
Dr. Soaps is asking, what about Canada's navy with one of the world's largest navies in World War II? It's odd how there's no ships in game. There is one ship, there is HMCS Haida, but that's the general problem, because yes, Canada had numerically one of the largest
General
navies.
Problem?
What?
General problem?
Can I just see Tuccy's face?
Mr. Conway has a right to make dead jokes, but I just wish he didn't do it without prior warning in writing, preferably, please. So yeah, the Canada had one of the largest navies, but basically that was because the Canadian Navy focused on escort ships, on escorting convoys, and on destroyers. So we have already the Haida in game, but for example, there is no really place for corvettes or for frigates right now, because they would just they were too specialized ships for anti-submarine warfare. So,
by the way, I think we should make this mandatory to when you ask questions on Twitch chat, you have to ask them like Shaka D does with, will you lovely dovelies be doing something about the build-up to the release of the new Tom Hanks movie Greyhound about the destroyer/convoy/wolfpacks later in the year?
Maybe.
Maybe. Not entirely sure, though. Not entirely sure.
Grabber71 Russ is asking, which of the submarines did you like more?
Oof. I didn't like the S1 because I don't think that the heal is really that helpful. I personally really
Hydro
like
is
the
amazing.
U-96 because the Hydro is very helpful and you have a fast torpedo reload. You don't have the longest torpedo range, but since you have a really good concealment, that's okay. And I found that the cachalot can be a lot of fun. So if I would have to rate them, I would say U-69, cachalot S1.
Mr. Erickson's asking, will you lovely dovelies be doing a USN DD and or BB split at some point in the future? I don't think we have any plans for that specific split right now. I don't think there's a necessity. I think also the Americans, at least from my limited knowledge of naval history, probably have enough ships to make a new line rather than having to do a split.
But maybe like that's the best answer I can give you right now to that question is maybe, because it's definitely an option. How, when, and where, that's a thing that I cannot answer right now.
I think in general you can expect to see a couple more line splits happening in future, like a little bit more regularly, just because there is limited benefit to doing a line from tier 1 to tier 10 for us, because we spend quite a lot of time doing like tier 1, 2, 3, 4. Then people, to be honest, don't play them that much. And we have a lot of low tier ships available. So there's a possibility that we're going to be starting some more lines a little higher up in the tree as splits in future. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, we've got Russian cruiser split coming, then German aircraft carriers, and then afterwards...
Okay.
What?
Recently, there were news about unique upgrades being changed, modified in the future. That sounds pretty neat. When can we expect some news about the technical changes of this? Closer to update 0.9.5, because that's the first time when we're going to do something. So I wouldn't expect it this week or next week, but maybe after that.
Afsan33, it'd be nice to see Australian ships in the game. Well, there are two. There is the Perf and there is the Vampire. So, will we have pan-European subs and will we be any premium ones too? I think that's too early for both questions. But I mean, having pan-European subs would be awesome, even though I guess Austria-Hungarian subs would not really fit in the tier 6, but
these can be a bit finicky to hit sometimes. But it doesn't matter, because we missed... No, whoa, oh, I thought we missed our torpedoes, but no, we hit all 4 of them with citadels. 4 of them and 2 of them with citadels. Nice. That was a very satisfying torpedo run, Chris.
I saw.
I'm gonna go
And
on
I
the
took the
other
rest of
Ismail,
it.
by the way. Unless he's already gonna be... I think he's gonna be dead, right? He's dead. God damn it. Can I re-ping on that cache lot, maybe? I know there's an island between. No matter. Should we go get the Bayern?
Well, right now I'm trying to deal with the Leander. But he's behind the island. That's something sometimes a bit hard to see underwater. That there are islands, you need to pay attention to the map. I think we should actually push up. I don't think we really need to go for the cache lot. I think we can go for the Leander and Bayern, yeah.
Yeah. I think we're gonna go for Bayern. I'm gonna go for Bayern.
When is Sehales going to join the PC Master Race and join you lot? He's I mean, with us in terms of
in spirit.
In spirit, but he's usually joining us for the German streams.
Yeah. Also,
The Leander is a human.
right now he's probably spammed with the Discord activity, so he cannot be in the chat as much as usual. But yeah, because he's our Discord
like
wizard
Leander's
as well.
stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna go for long range on the Fuso then.
World of Warships, do subs have to dual fire
I
all
really
the
need to
time,
hit
or
something
can...
here. Come on.
Dude,
Just Conway being Conway.
yeah, but now I lost the question, and I think I will have to mandate that there are no headphones involved.
I don't think that will stop Mr. Conway.
Well, yeah, but
Okay.
okay. It was the question about the single launch for submarines. We are not planning that because that would make them a bit too versatile, perhaps. But some submarines might have single launch when they have, for example, a single torpedo tube in the aft. So.
Oof, nice. Well done.
Goodbye, Mr. Leander. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you for playing.
So, Mike, for now, the answer is BBs won't have depth charges, but we're paying close attention to that issue of BBs, struggling against DDs. Yes, they are supposed to be a hard counter, but we also understand that it can be very frustrating if you have absolutely no counterplay. So, something we're looking into.
Ooh, the Bayern is also a player. He's about to get an unwelcome surprise, I think.
Mm-hmm. How did I miss that point?
I'm on a single ping only. God damn it! No.
I hope my torpedoes
Required.
don't get stuck on that island.
No, I think he dodged.
Two of mine look like they're going to connect here.
Darknet PT, question about the premium consumables will be free. Do you know the exchange rate for premium consumables? Well, it will be the same as the purchase price right now, so 22,500 credits per charge.
So let's get that second ping.
Hold me, love me. How to end game with fast BB versus fast sub, which will happen at tier 10 hydrofoil subs. Well, so far we don't have tier 10 subs, we have tier 6 subs. And in general, since the subs can cap, for example, only when surfaced, then the fast battleship can always try to basically force the submarine to come out and play by capping. It's basically the same question as what happens in the end game if you have on one side a destroyer and on the other side a battleship.
Are you currently hydroed? No, right?
Not anymore, I was.
Yeah, same here.
Acquired him. Now, dodge this.
Lex Mechanic hard disagree, a BB can kill DD if it potatoes. And it's the same with the submarine. It's like... Like, if you end up in a BB in a 1v1 situation at the end game against counter to your class, then you have to hope that he potatoes. The same as if you have a cruiser against a BB, then that's also problematic for the cruiser usually. Lazy Vegetable, are there plans for oxygen to come back to subs? There are no plans, the batteries kinda replace the oxygen because that's...
Oh, I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
You good for the ram?
I just missed. I'm out of power. Now I just realized. Actually, let's surface. Because it's gonna be faster. And I can probably dodge these torps. They won't be able to have that tracking.
Did you get him?
No. I had to recharge, so I couldn't set homing torpedoes on him.
I think he's probably gonna get depth charged anyway.
Yeah, let's see what the bot can do. How can I buy the Vampire again, or do missions to get it for Valhalla? Currently, it's not available. But if that changes, we will obviously put it onto the portal. Please make it actually fun to fight against subs, not just to sail and press a button. Like, Xeon, please leave some feedback how you think that could be more interactive. I actually think that the sub versus sub gameplay is quite fun by now.
It is, yes. It's really tricky with with depth and everything.
Yeah, when it comes to DDs, I personally think it's actually really fine that you hunt the submarine, and as soon as you find it, you push a button to activate your armament. Because I think everything else for the DD class as it is, you're already very strained in terms of what you're supposed to do, right? And the kind of things you have to watch out for. So I think if you figure out where the submarine is and you are on top of him, you push a button, you can also, because it's a bit, I mean, it's not a lot of skill, right? But it's still skill-based to figure out where's the submarine and when to use those depth charges in the most efficient scenario. Yeah, and for the other classes, we'll have to see what we can do. Really nice games to Conway.
So Reef is saying, I feel, I think depth charge damage radius is crazy too big. Well, so to be honest, I don't think so. It's going to be very tricky it's very tricky to land depth charges accurately because you have to, position your ship in the direction of travel of the submarine and then activate it at the right time so they can sink to depth. Firstly, and secondly, this is actually quite realistic because underwater shockwaves travel quite far, and submarines are not very, very well armored or armored at all. So depth charges exploding even in not that close vicinity are actually going to transfer quite a lot of pressure to the submarine. So I think it's good.
Yes, and I mean you also have to think about the idea and the concept behind this, right? As a submarine, you are super sneaky. There are currently only 2 classes who have actual counterplay against this specific ship, And once you make a mistake, it should be high risk, high reward. So that way, you don't have a lot of HP, and those depth charges are supposed to hurt. You can, if you plan in advance and you see that a DD is coming in, you won't be able to do anything against him. You can use, that emergency depth where you can go down to minus 80 meters and reduce the amount of damage that these depth charges deal significantly. It's all about positioning, just like for the rest of the game. It's put yourself in a good position, keep always the right distance to whatever is going to fight you. Otherwise, you will pay the price. That's true for a DD, for a cruiser, for a battleship, for everything. And Wüsten Fox had a question with, do you get an acoustic signal if you get pinged? Not right now. Maybe in the future. We'll have to see. But for now, like in the current test iteration, that's not the case. You don't know that you got pinged.
It also doesn't make that much sense if you think about it, because you would only know that you're getting pinged if you actually have a hydrophone, or like if you have like a Tuccy on board who you're strapped underneath the keel so you can hear the sound from underwater. Otherwise,
okay, now he wants to kill hole me.
In terms of CVs, so currently there is no CV armament to be able to drop depth charges. Might be an idea for the future.
You can always make the torpedoes manually guided with cursor, or make them very low responsive versus surface ships and sometimes somewhat maneuverable versus underwater targets. Yeah, possible.
Fuel
like
hauler
a guide by like a wire guided.
Manned torpedo. How do submarines report ship locations to entire fleet while submerged? They don't. Can we have the option to highlight a depth charge area like we do to AA, secondaries, and so on? That's a cool idea, Power Verde, and maybe in the future. For now, it's like more of a basic concept of, okay, where the submarine is, you push a button, then the launchers just do their thing. I think that's a cool suggestion, and we saw several of these suggestions already on the forums, but always please make sure to also drop your feedback on the forums and your suggestions of, what you would like to see change to make this more fun for you. Yeah, Beta, I mean, that's always the balance we have to find, right? The balance between keeping the game fun and balanced and having gameplay aspects be the predominant thing, but still have a footing in history and realism. For something, because, the game in itself, like, no ships had HP bars, right? They didn't. They didn't have infinite amount of torpedoes. If you want to bring that example of, CVs were not able to build planes. I mean, DDs didn't have like 400 torpedoes with them to span in their Shimakaze or in their Halland for the rest of the game. That's not realistic. But it's supposed to be a game that is supposed to be fun. We have to introduce certain mechanics that it is that way. It's not a simulation or a game. It's more arcadey, but that also means that the battles are faster and you have, more action in the games.
On YouTube, Nuala is saying we need seaplane tenders with consolidated PBY Catalina flying boats in the AS anti-submarine warfare configuration as dedicated sub-hunter killers. That would be very cool, yes? Maybe in future.
Wilburn saying, if a surface ship fires near a submerged sub, are they spotted? No, not really. I mean, the only thing that would kick in is the assured acquisition.
How do you get Bamberger beer at your place? What?
Bamberger beer. Well, Bamberger beer, right now we don't get Bamberger beer. Bamberger beer is very nice. I've been to Bamberg quite often for some beer shenanigans because it's a beautiful, beautiful city in Franconia. But right now, actually, I'm sure you can order them. But right now, it's very tricky to get German beer into the Czech Republic. Yeah, Beta, I know.
I see what you mean, Beta, but you also have to remember that the guided torpedoes are actually not terribly very guided. So if you give people notice that, hey, there's a submarine, they'll initiate maneuvers and probably dodge most of your torpedoes.
And Swanky's saying the tank beneath you literally says English action simulation drive racing. Mixed signals. Look, there are only certain categories that are available on Twitch. Some of them are actually just hard coded into it. If you want to nail me down the simulation part, you also want to nail me down the racing part, because that's also not really like part of it, right? So but there is no naval tech and so on. So it's please stay reasonable. BBs are no longer worth playing thanks to the HE spammers, and soon submarines will make them vanish. It's a shame Wargaming hates BBs so much. So Charlie, we get basically both of these comments, like, oh, Wargaming makes everything so easy for the BB guys, and everything is nerfed so that BBs can have fun, and then, oh, Wargaming is doing a lot of things to make BBs disappear. We are not. We like all of the classes in the game. We try to make all of the classes viable and fun to play. For now, HE spammers, yes, they can be annoying, but this was always part of the game, that HE is one of the mechanics against battleships, because otherwise battleships would be too strong. If you know, fires and HE damage wouldn't really deal much, but we also do our part to make sure that it's balanced, right? For example, we just changed the mechanics for IF HE to make players pick. Oh, there's another submarine. To make players pick between, do I want to get the alpha damage or do I want to set fires? So we try to keep things in balance, and obviously this is a test. It will be in a separate mode, and as soon as we feel like there's a good balance achieved, then this might become a topic for how we can implement this into the rest of the game. But for now, this is
enemy
like a special
S1
test.
up ahead there.
Yep,
I've
trying
already
to ping
launched
him.
torps.
I've
launched on the Pensacola, by the way.
There's a like steady request to honk the horn underwater.
Oh yes. We can do that.
Ah, it's a ping. I feel I've missed this Pensacola completely, by the way.
Okay, I'll try to get my shot on him.
I'll put one set of torps. I'll put both.
Okay, it's number one. Oh, he's coming straight up for me.
Well, fish are in the water. Let's see if they can connect this time.
Oh, mine look
One
pretty
set
good.
looked like they could work. Enemy subs hunting us as well, by the way.
No, he's then not going to be able to keep up with his turning. Ah, too bad. Initially looked quite good. And a big friend of Tom is asking, what is the justification for Wargaming to charge 25 up to $100 per individual ship, while most games cost 25 or $100 for the entire package? Because we are not most games, and our game is free to play in general. So you can just play it without spending any dime in our game. But then again, when you spend money on a ship, you also get a significant amount of gameplay time out of it. If you think about it this way, right? Another game you buy and you might play like 10 to 20 hours on it. Maybe even 40, maybe even 60, right? But the amount of games where you get that much fun and gameplay out of it is actually limited. With World of Warships, first of all, you pick what you want to buy, if you want to buy it all, and if you want to buy something like a like a tier 10 ship, or like in terms of resources, if you want to really purchase it for money, you would probably buy something in between tier 5 to tier 9. And thinking about this is you will get a significant amount of gameplay time out of it. And we are free to play, so we have to make our money somewhere else. And that is, with premium ships and premium time and so on. I know that not everybody feels that, hey, this price is, like worth whatever I want to get out of it. That's fine. It's your decision. We have a lot of content in the game that is for free. Actually, the majority of the content is for free in our game. And if you think about the way it works in general, is you can grind your steel, you can grind your coal, you can grind your free XP, you can get a lot of premium ships just for free by playing. We have a lot of marathons, directives, all of this shit is in the game for free. And you pick. And the rest is just then, yes, for us, in order to be able to keep this game running, we have to make money. And part of that is by, having premium ships. And yes, they're a bit more expensive than, maybe something else.
No, I'm out of battery. Oh god, he's sunk anyway.
I didn't do anything this game so far, but I also talked very much. Are you able to talk about when the mines will return to the premium shop? I have several clan mates that they want to buy it. It should be back in the premium shop, right? Tuccy?
Sorry?
The mines is already back in premium shop, right?
Let me check.
Tuccy will check, but I think it was just the packages timed out, and the mines is definitely, like, if it's not back yet, it will be coming back very soon. Yes, Paradise means yes, it's back. Yes. So don't worry, we put the mines back on sale, so you can get her. Really nice ship. I can highly recommend her. How will people get the subs on the live? So Drew, Texan, that's a different question. As soon as we have more info on how we're going to, do this mode, we will let you know.
Ooh, enemy S1.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the normal D is turning too much anyway.
Will you make another tier 7 free XP ships that is unique like the Nelson? Maybe, but we cannot really confirm nor deny anything. It's like with all questions about new ships.
Oh, nice. I got the torpedo hit on him.
Nice work. I'm swinging around for another attack.
William Fuller on YouTube is asking, what is the beam you are shooting at the boat? That is a sonar ping that is used to turn on the homing torpedoes homing.
Yeah, so Mr. Conway can maybe showcase this. So you see these 2 points on the enemy ship, right? So these are the target points. You need to basically get both of them to turn the torpedoes into fully homing torpedoes. So the first one will set them to homing, and the second one will basically let them deal more damage.
Yes. Doesn't really help me because I can't. He's unspotted. Oh! Got him.
Nice, you got him.
Because my torpedoes were still homing, so they adjusted depth. And they're not that hard to dodge because in the last kilometer they actually disable their guidance and just go straight. So you especially at the end of their trajectory, you can dodge. And the submarine, the best option would be to push T and just go on a crash dive, which you can do. So you can dive to quite a deep depth.
Afsan is asking, you might not be able to say, but any plans for Anzac Day, Saturday, April the 25th? There might be something. And
something might happen, yes.
Yes, something might happen.
Is there something? Yes.
Potentially.
Yes.
I would just keep my eyes open on the portal. More I cannot say right now.
Nice. You're welcome for the carry, by the way.
Do homing torpedoes continue the home after losing visual contact? Smanky, yes, they should, as far as I know. I mean,
well,
for as long
as your counter is still active.
Exactly.
Yes.
So let's say you, like Mr. Conway right now, you saw him. He hit the 2 dots, right? They have a 30-second counter. The torpedoes are homing. They will stay homing for that time. As soon as these green points vanish, that homing stops.
Yeah, but even if you've lost spotting, they'll continue. Just like now, I lost spotting on the submarine, but I already had a ping, so my torpedoes kept homing.
Nice. Will aircraft carriers, will aircraft from carriers be able to spot subs if they submerged above a certain depth? Ace of spades, they will only be able to spot them when they're within the first 6 meters of the surface, because that's what we currently call the surface level. Anything beyond that, they're not going to be able to spot them right now, but maybe in the future. And Mr. Conway, you have to do me one favor. Can you set your time on that PC to the right time? Because I just thought we still have another hour.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know why it's different.
By the way, there is a question probably specifically for the German-related things. Will there be a Hamburg Harbor birthday event, though the real one is actually not happening? Still missing the Hamburg flag.
So right now, my answer is...
when is it?
13th of May or something?
Yeah, it's...
Maybe, you know what? What day is it? If you tell me the day,
I'll
we
check.
can maybe, because I thought it was something like the 13th. We can do something about it. There's not going to be like something big in the game, but we can think about giving you an option to get that flag if you missed out on it beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
We can think about it. Can you send me a PM on the forums?
First weekend of May.
First weekend of May. So we can think about it, yeah?
Yes.
Maybe we can, like, maybe not on the day itself of the birthday, but maybe we can roll it into the German stream that we might have in the week after. Yes, sorry, I was...
Can we ready up with 3 submarines?
No, not 3 submarines. We need to be role models. We also have diversity in our division, so we can, do things.
They'll make it up with bots.
When will you add military harbor of Gdynia into the game as port? Basil? Not in the near future. I don't think it's planned right now at all, but who knows, maybe in the future.
Yeah, we haven't been doing as many new ports anymore because they take a lot of development time. Like all the models,
Okay,
to build the port. And to be honest, they have a doubtful they're not yes, people use the port, but I just don't think.
Okay,
it's
so
super worth
the guy who asked about the Hamburg port is now specifying that it should be 8 to 10 May, which I guess we shall unleash.
Dragonov is saying it's on the 7th actually. So something around the time. So we will look into
German
it.
stream?
German stream. You know what? We will try to roll it into the next German stream that you can sign up for it and we will give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Something like this. We will figure something out for you if you want to get the.
We will already
Hamburg
have
flag.
a special stream happening on the 6th of May, though.
Yeah, but that's not really related.
No.
So
not at all.
No. But we can do it on the Tuesday stream
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
after.
okay, as long as it's a from home stream, it's fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Need to portion my time in the office. It's a valuable resource, guys. It's just like a high point of my week. I get to go play World of Warships with all of you guys and this guy and that guy. That's what life's come to, guys. That's what
Metal Baba is saying, when will you bring back old CBs that are missing? Look, once we figure out how to do that, because we would like to bring them back, the uneven tiered CBs, some kind of a support concept, but that's in like baby shoes right now, so it will definitely take time. And Sarif is saying, I never leave Naval Base. It's my favorite port. It used to be mine as well, but then I discovered the designer's table.
Yes, but honestly, I think New York has some of the best lighting. It really looks beautiful. The
Yes,
weather on some of the other ports.
I mean, a lot of different ports have different, nice aspects to it, and whatever you like, you pick your port. That's the great thing in this game. You just pick whatever you like. Hamburg is also super beautiful.
If I pitch a sub nose up or down the torp when it comes out of the subtube, still go straight at the deep level. Why? That's because basically the torpedoes are not using as advanced physics as to adjust to the pitch of the submarine. So yeah, it looks slightly wonky, but.
When is the next NA stream? Let me actually look that up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Mr. Kong is looking it up.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Starting at 1700 CDT, whatever that may be.
Central time.
Central downtime or something. I don't know.
Central downtime.
Central Dallas time. Central. I
thought it's just
have
central.
no idea.
I thought it's just central.
It's tomorrow.
Daylight, I guess. Yeah. I guess Central Daylight time. I don't know. Otherwise, the D is a silent D.
Yeah.
Jacobson wants to know: will Grzegorz Brzęczyk come in any other way in the future? I have to keep doing it because I can't.
Otherwise it will get stuck.
Tuccy, will he be available in a different way? I don't know if it's planned so far. I mean, he's like a bit of a fun captain. He doesn't have any special skills, and for voiceover, it's just a fun name. I'm not sure. He may be available again in the future, but I'm not aware of plans right now. Shinigami-sama says he hasn't received his Wheel of Misfortune reward of 1 coal.
That is not.
Let me show you Tuccy's face. This is puzzled Tuccy looking into his data.
Well, I'm not looking into my data because I'm not running the internal network right now, because
Okay, so
otherwise the stream would be extremely sluggish for me.
Oh,
there's encore Grozny super test.
But
And actually, this
all the rewards should have been credited earlier today, so...
He dove.
Check your inbox.
He dove. I'm gonna dive here. I launched torpedoes at him, but I'm guessing
Oh,
he's
he's
gonna
back
be
on
able
the
to avoid
surface.
them.
He's just going up and down, up and down. Is he already running? Oh no, that's the cash amount.
Ah, I hit him with one top. Nice.
Watch out, the Icarus is coming. Trying to help you with him. Watch out, there's a DD coming for you.
I've launched torpedo at him.
Okay.
But I don't think they can get it. No, they won't make it up to the surface in time. Ooh, cash
Give me
lots on my tail.
two more salvos and I will be able to get him. That's number one. Okay, I should have him. Yep, got him.
Ooh, here come the torpedoes. Ah, ascent, 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 ascent. Oh, god damn it. That was a nice body, man. Swine hunter.
Are you a swine?
A Schweinehund.
Yeah. Why can't you have 4 ships mini battle in ranked? Can't collect steel in other games. What do you mean? That is a 4 versus 4? Mini battle in ranked. I don't
So
really,
close. Can we go for the ram? No, we can't even go for the ram.
Sorry, I don't really get your question. So yeah. Most importantly, has Mr. Conway team torped in a sub? Not yet, but I think that's a skill he's going to master over the next few weeks. Do you read all the questions have been put to you later after the show? Oh, Captain, look, we try to read as many questions as we can, but we're not going to go through the full chat because there are like 6,000 people here, or probably more by now. And a lot of you have questions. But what we did this week is we have an official Discord server, right? And we had our first Q&A session over there. And there we record all the questions. We let people vote and, just send their questions. Other people can vote which question do they think is the best. And then we answer the top questions.
Can I just say, shout out to the enemy submarine force there. They're very well played.
Yeah, I'll try to... The problem is I have 2 battleships really close up here. I mean, they're bots, but still they hurt like a truck.
Yeah, I was busy in sub versus sub combat, so I couldn't shoot them.
That's fine. I'm more worried about the subs than the BBs.
But this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like the sub versus sub combat is
you
much
know they
better.
can shoot you if you're at the surface, right? And you take all of the damage.
Oh, he's being the manly guy here. Oh yeah.
Torpedoes look nice, but they won't have the extra homing damage.
Yep.
But I have a feeling Swine Hunter's going to come for him.
I have that feeling too. Problem is that these battleships are dealing with me while I want to deal with the subs to get into range for my depth charges. And that Ismail just dodged.
You should be shooting AP, no?
Yeah, but I want to be able to do exactly this.
Hit him! Oh, that was a bit... I thought he would have done now.
I fucked up. Okay, now he's not hittable anymore. Problem is that Normandy is going to nuke me with that next salvo.
Is he coming your way? Yes.
Yes, he's coming.
I think it's probably time.
Wait.
Quick, before you die.
I wanted to wait until he's within a kilometer to drop my depth charges, but
and
those
we were, of
BBs
course, watching. We were, of course,
strong,
watching.
Mr. Conway.
Strong, very strong.
One day you will learn how to, use that stream deck.
I know technically how to do it, but it's the execution sometimes is a bit. There's an issue with the brain interface.
Yes. Important question. Is possible to make friendly damage when used the deep bombers near friendly submarines?
No.
I don't think they deal any friendly damage right now, and I don't think we're going to change this in the current setup.
That would be a bad idea, especially considering how much splash damage range they have.
But interesting question.
I don't think so. I haven't.
I haven't seen it at all.
No, otherwise it would have already happened. Okay, well,
But perfect timing, right? It's
Perfect
8
timing, almost.
8 on the
like
clock.
almost perfect timing, apart from the fact
Yes.
that I'd like to stay here and do another 2 hours stream.
Okay, you can. We will just pack up and go, and you can continue.
It's fine. Should we play Civilization?
Yes. No, guys. So I think we answered everything that we could. I hope you understand, guys. There are like 6,700 on Twitch alone, plus the hundreds of viewers on YouTube and Steam. We try to answer as much as we can and to address as many questions as we can. Obviously, we cannot answer all of them. If we didn't, pick your question, it was not because we didn't like you. It's just because there's only a limited amount of questions we can answer. We try to answer a variety of them. We will be back next Thursday, same place, same time in English. Our friends from the North American server are going to be streaming tomorrow at, what did we say, 1700 Central Daylight Time. So
If that's what it means.
no, chat said that's what it means, and they might be trolling me, but it sounds reasonable. So I'll trust you, chat, on this one.
That's really brave.
Brave. I know it's brave. But, I'm a brave man. So thank you very much for joining in, guys. Please keep in mind, we currently have a Discord activity running. We are still looking for emotes, and this is your turn to actually send us your funniest or best emotes that you can come up with. The best 10 submissions will definitely make it onto the server. I think actually more are going to make it onto the server because I think you guys are very creative.
And we have a lot of slots.
There are 10 top prizes ranging from tier 6 to tier 5 ships, and on top of that we also have some random giveaways for cool camouflage packages, 50 camouflages with cool things like this is your day commander, and what else do we have in there? I would actually have to look it up. Beautiful ones. And outside of that, before I hand over to Tuccy to say goodbye and then back to Mr. Conway, if you want to get our special Twitch drops mission that we put up today, you just have to go to your regional portal, go to the Twitch Drops publication and click the participate button. It's basically just to create some awareness around this activity and that you can get, you get one additional Twitch container plus an additional Twitch Prime camouflage. So if you're a collector and you haven't gotten it yet, go and grab it.
Yes. It's free stuff.
Free stuff, yes. And with that, I'll shut up. I'll wish you a very, very nice week and hand over to Tuccy.
Well, what can I say except, it's been fun with you here. It's always nice to have these Thursday streams as the island of sanity in the sea of lockdowns and stuff. So thanks for coming here. Thanks for chatting on basically on all platforms. I had nice chats on the YouTube. I had nice chats on the Steam and on the Twitch. And yeah, see you around next week. Stay safe and have fun.
Yeah. And from my
Great.
Yes.
The pressure was too high. Now
Pressure's right. No, but
social
thank you.
distancing.
Thank you
Social
very
distancing.
much for coming here and being also our rock in the sea of madness, where we have like
Sea of misfortune.
Sea of misfortune, yes, where we have a little bit of semblance of normality. We are, of course, going to launch our traditional raid, and do you want to pick someone or
No. Let me quickly double check. Who, chat? You can also make suggestions.
Chat, who would you like to raid? Who should we raid today? Can we have a Conway branded sneeze guard?
What?
Maybe. No, I don't think it's
Sneeze guard.
coronavirus.
Oh, yes.
I think. Don't tell me what chat, but I think it's smoking.
I think we could raid somebody. We haven't
Ooh, yes,
raided
that's
in
a hilarious
very,
idea.
very,
Look,
very
chat,
long time.
Chat,
So
we are
currently-
going to not tell you who we're going to raid before we launch the raid, because you have the annoying habit of going and warning who we're going to raid before we raid him, meaning that we lose the element of surprise and the element of completely destroying and ruining someone's chat bots and any semblance of normality in their chat. So, chat, we are going to raid someone. What's our copy pasta?
Just
Twins
the-
sent
there we go.
out, yes. So, Chrysanthus is gonna paste our copy pasta. Those of you who've been here before know this. Copy this message, and when you land, please let him know. He's a really nice guy. He has a lot of insight into World of Warships, and he could definitely use some more followers on his Twitch channel. So feel free to give him a follow. And with that, I would like to wish you all a very nice week. Stay safe, and yeah,
Bye bye.
See you next time. Bye bye.